Hello again, I'm Ernest Minute to the details now. Government says it expects organized groups which have concerns regarding ongoing talks towards easing of restrictions at some points to channel their apprehension towards how the nation can effectively protect citizens from the virus. Some teacher unions have already, in an outright manner, kicked against any move to have schools opened at some point. The pre-tertiary education unions say current class sizes in many schools makes any such thoughts of opening schools with social distancing enforced simply impossible. Information Minister Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah says government wants the discussion to be focused on how we can all agree to live to ensure the virus does not spread much further, since it's here to stay.
And therefore, if you hear the president talk about living with the virus, or if you hear us using the expression, this is what we mean, and this is what we ask of you to help us to do to have this broader national conversation and get as many perspectives as possible. Also to mention that it is not as though there are some specific timelines ahead of us to do this, but we must start confronting this reality, start having this conversation, even determining what time is a good time to come up with this. Consultations on what it takes to reopen schools as part of the potential easing of the general restrictions that we are living under are what have started. Now, we notice that there are a lot of stakeholder groups and parents and unions that appear a bit apprehensive since those reports came out. It is okay to be apprehensive. Indeed, if we were not apprehensive, then we will not be sensitive to the challenges of the time. It is okay to be apprehensive. It is okay to have worries. It is okay to wonder how this will be done. But we must channel those apprehensions and those worries towards answering the question, what does it take? What should be the indication of a good time? What will be the best way to protect teachers, non-teachers, students, if we are to open up at some point? Government believes that we as a nation can do many things that we put our minds to. And yes, this is a complex global problem, but if we put our shoulders to the wheel, the best of our creative juices and the positive spirits that we have can help us come to the line of best fit on what to do if we decide to ease some of these restrictions. So it's a good time to start having this conversation. We invite the nation to join in this conversation. We particularly want to ask you, our colleagues in the media, to also, as you've done so far, and you've done a fantastic job, play your part by also getting all of these recommendations and ideas come to the fore. What does it take if and when we get to that point that we want to ease the restrictions? While the virus is still in the global ecosystem, while they haven't found an antivirus yet, and while no society can be in lockdown or restrictions in perpetuity, that line of best fit of what does it take to ease as much as we can and still protect as much as we can. And that's a conversation that we're inviting the nation to.
Now, the Information Minister also says government is yet to complete the process needed to decide whether or not to use a medicine developed in Madagascar, said to be a cure for COVID-19.
Said is that Madagascar has reached out to us with their supposed or their suggested cure, and that we will test it through FDA and Center for Plant Medicine before making a decision. The brief as I have it is that we have not received this supposed cure from Madagascar. There are also local offers, local Ghanaians who say they have some sort of preparations that they believe can cure. The Center for Plant Medicine and the FDA stand by to test whatever of these supposed cures are available. And after those tests have been done, a decision can be made by the clinicians. So I just want to be clear, the reports that Ghana has requested for, or that we have received and we are testing a cure from Madagascar, is incorrect. What we have said is that they have reached out to us, as they have done to many other countries, that they have something that they believe can cure. What we will do is that we will test it when it is made available to us, we have said that if indeed they have a cure, no challenge, they should let us have it and we will test it and see. At the same time, there are many other local persons who say they have a cure. The same testing regime, FDA and Center for Plant Medicine will test it and make a determination. So please let's be clear, we have not requested for it, neither have we received any. So just to clear up that reportage. There's also a second reportage I need to clear up, that schools are to reopen soon. We have observed from our Media Monitoring Center lots of reports that say that government says that schools are to reopen soon. With the greatest of respect, it is not correct. Government is not saying that schools are to reopen soon. What we are saying is that consultations on what it takes to reopen schools is what we are currently engaged in. If there's been a misspeak or something of the sort, just to put it in its right context.
The Ghana Health Service has also been speaking about the next steps in terms of the fight against the disease in the country and the case count so far. Dr. Patrick Abuaje is the Director General of the Ghana Health Service.
As at the last time we presented here, between the 18th and 19th of May, a total of 173 new cases has been recorded in Ghana. 46 of these cases have come from Greater Accra, 6 from Eastern Region. Central has recorded 27 new cases. Western Region also increased by 59 cases, and followed by Ashanti with 35 new cases. At the same period, we have also recorded an additional 144 recoveries since the last update. And so the total count for recoveries now stands at 1,898, bringing our recovery rate to about 30.2%. But I must let you know that we have a large pool of people waiting for their second test, and I believe that in the next few days, the new numbers will be added. This has come out of, let me get back. So our total cumulative count of cases from the first to the last now is 6,269 cases with 31 deaths. In the same period, up to now, we've done about 187,929 tests, 49,661 coming from the routine surveillance, and another 138,000 plus coming from the enhanced contact tracing. We have so far recorded 31 deaths, as you have seen on the website. Of this number, 8 of them are over 65 years and more. We have 3 who are under 20, mainly 9, 6, among other things. Greater Accra obviously account for the larger number of deaths, accounting for about 20 out of the 31 deaths have come from Greater Accra, especially when you look at the fact that about 80, close to 90% of our cases are in Greater Accra. 17 of them are males and the rest are females. And of the 31, 28 have some comorbidity, that is, they have some other illness that also contributed to the outcomes that we got.
Now, Gordon Atram is Black Stars B assistant coach and the former Great Olympics head coach as well. He's been speaking about his former club, and according to him, he's always available to help the club anytime he's called upon.
I can never turn my back on Olympics. I remember when this season started, I had a call from them. Mr. Commodore called me several times. He told me that, hey, we have a coach, he has left. We have another coach coming. Would you like to work with him? And then everything, I said, oh no, I am very busy right now. The academy is there, and then I'm also now a national coach.
Yeah.
So I can work from behind for you. If a technical director or something, I can do it for you. So I've been talking to the coaches. Right now is Coach Anowaka is the one who is heading Great Olympics. I talk to him each and every day on ideas, what they have to do sometimes. And then I also speak to Mr. Commodore each and every day regarding the club, as well as Mr. Amatefield.
I see.
Because it's not good for
So Godwin, what you're saying is that if the opportunity avails itself and you are not engaged full-time elsewhere, you will do the job.
I will help the club.
You will go back to coach Olympics
since they if only they believe in my planning, because it's all about planning. It's all about planning, Nat. If you don't plan, you will never succeed. And that's the problem that Olympics we are facing. The planning is the problem. We need to plan ahead.
And that's it for sports. There is more on myjoyonline.com/sports.